Everyone wants to be liked, right? We crave acceptance, respect, and understanding from the people around us. But have you ever wondered why some people just don't seem to like you, despite your best efforts? You may be secretly hated by others, and the reasons may not be as obvious as you think. In fact, some of them might surprise you. In this transcript, we will explore 11 reasons why people secretly hate you, backed by Stoic philosophy. By the end, you'll understand why certain behaviors push people away and how Stoic wisdom can help you become more self-aware, build better relationships, and lead a more fulfilling life. Stoicism is a school of philosophy that teaches self-improvement through emotional control and rational thinking. By focusing on things within our control and accepting what lies beyond it, Stoicism helps us maintain inner peace and navigate social dynamics with greater wisdom. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus emphasized virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, guiding individuals toward becoming better versions of themselves. These teachings can also offer profound insights into why people might distance themselves from you and how you can address these issues with calm and clarity. People love attention, but when seeking attention becomes an obsession, it can alienate others. Constantly focusing on yourself and your needs can make you appear inconsiderate, leaving little room for others to feel seen or heard. When you're always talking about your own achievements, problems, or desires, people may begin to feel like they're not valued or important. This self-centered behavior pushes people away because they don't feel like they matter in the dynamic. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, once said, "The only way to avoid being a nuisance to others is to be a nuisance to yourself." In essence, Stoicism encourages us to turn inward for validation rather than relying on external sources like attention or praise from others. By focusing on cultivating inner peace and self-sufficiency, we can reduce the need for constant external approval. This perspective helps us understand that our worth does not need to be constantly validated by others. To counteract self-centered behavior, it's crucial to listen to others, show genuine interest in their lives, and avoid dominating conversations. Make an effort to truly hear what others are saying rather than simply waiting for your turn to speak. Additionally, practice gratitude and self-reflection to foster internal contentment, helping you rely less on external validation. This will not only improve your relationships, but also help you cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment within yourself. Constantly seeking validation from others can become draining, both for you and for the people around you. This behavior often signals insecurity, as it suggests that you're relying on others' opinions to feel good about yourself. Over time, it can make people feel as though they're not enough, no matter how much support they offer, and this can breed resentment. When you seek constant approval, you are not only exhausting others, but also depriving yourself of the opportunity to build internal confidence. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, wisely stated, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This powerful insight teaches us that true happiness doesn't come from external sources like praise, admiration, or validation from others. Instead, it stems from within. Stoicism encourages us to focus on cultivating inner peace, wisdom, and self-sufficiency. When we rely on external validation, we surrender control over our own happiness. But when we learn to find contentment within ourselves, we take charge of our emotional well-being. To build confidence and break free from the cycle of seeking validation, start by acknowledging your own achievements, no matter how small. Shift your focus from external approval to internal growth and self-improvement. Practice mindfulness to stay present and embrace positive self-talk, replacing negative thoughts with affirmations of self-worth. This approach will not only make you more self-reliant, but also create more meaningful and fulfilling relationships. Always playing the victim can prevent personal growth and isolate you from others. When you constantly feel sorry for yourself or dwell on how life is unfair, it can be draining for those around you. People are often drawn to positivity and resilience, not to those who seem stuck in a cycle of helplessness. The constant focus on misfortune or hardship may lead others to view you as someone who is incapable of taking responsibility or improving your circumstances, which can push them away. Epictetus, a key Stoic philosopher, taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This profound insight emphasizes that while we can't control external circumstances, we do have full control over how we respond to them. Stoicism encourages us to take responsibility for our reactions and emotions, rather than blaming the world for our suffering. By shifting from a mindset of victimhood to one of empowerment, we begin to reclaim control over our lives and stop being defined by external events. To break free from the victim mentality, focus on solutions rather than dwelling on problems. When faced with challenges, ask yourself how you can learn and grow from the experience. Practice gratitude for what you do have, and build resilience by embracing difficulties as opportunities for personal growth. By doing so, you'll not only improve your own well-being, but also attract more supportive, positive relationships. While competition can be motivating and push us to achieve more, being overly competitive can create friction in relationships. When you're always striving to outdo others or win at all costs, it can make people feel like they're in a constant race with you. This can lead to resentment, as others may feel they are being treated as rivals rather than collaborators. Instead of fostering connection, an overly competitive attitude can isolate you and drive people away. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "A man is not good because he is better than others. He is good because he is striving to be the best version of himself." Stoicism teaches us that personal growth should be our focus, not defeating others. The Stoics believe that true fulfillment comes from mastering ourselves and improving our own virtues, rather than trying to surpass others. When we prioritize personal mastery over comparison, we shift our focus from external validation to internal progress, which leads to greater satisfaction and healthier relationships. To adopt a more harmonious approach, focus on self-improvement rather than constantly measuring yourself against others. Celebrate the achievements of those around you and acknowledge their success without envy. Cultivating a cooperative, supportive attitude will not only help you grow as an individual, but also build stronger, more positive connections with others. Avoiding responsibility for your actions can create mistrust and resentment. When you refuse to own up to your mistakes or try to shift blame onto others, it undermines your credibility and damages your relationships. People generally dislike those who fail to take responsibility for their behavior, as it can make them feel disrespected or unimportant. This kind of avoidance prevents growth, both for you and for those around you, as it keeps you from learning valuable lessons. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, famously said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This insight emphasizes that actions speak louder than words. Stoicism teaches the importance of taking responsibility for your actions and learning from your mistakes. Rather than making excuses, we should strive to be better by acknowledging our shortcomings, correcting our behavior, and moving forward with integrity. By owning our actions, we become more trustworthy and resilient. To foster better relationships and personal growth, practice owning up to your mistakes, even when it's uncomfortable. Apologize when necessary and make amends where possible. This will not only strengthen your character, but also show others that you are accountable. Additionally, engage in self-reflection regularly to ensure that you learn from every experience and avoid repeating the same errors. By taking responsibility for your actions, you will earn respect and build deeper, more trusting connections with others. People who act like they know everything or constantly lecture others are often seen as insufferable. This self-righteous attitude creates distance in relationships, as it can make others feel belittled or dismissed. When you position yourself as superior or insist that you have all the answers, it shuts down open communication, making it difficult for people to engage with you on an equal footing. Rather than fostering connection, self-righteousness can alienate you from those around you, as they may feel they can't express themselves without facing judgment. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which depends on tomorrow and wastes today." This quote highlights how our rigid expectations and the need to be right can hinder personal growth and present opportunities for learning in the present moment. Stoicism encourages humility and an openness to learning from others, no matter their position or background. The Stoic view is that we can all benefit from the perspectives of others, and by letting go of our inflated sense of self-importance, we become more open to the lessons life has to offer. To counter self-righteousness, practice humility by approaching conversations with an open mind and being receptive to others' viewpoints. Recognize that everyone you meet has something valuable to teach you. By doing so, you'll foster more meaningful and enriching relationships while continuing your own journey of growth and self-awareness. People can spot a fake persona from a mile away. When you're disingenuous, people feel like they're interacting with someone who isn't truly themselves, and that erodes trust. Whether it's pretending to be someone you're not to fit in or masking your true intentions, this behavior creates a sense of disconnect. Over time, others may start to feel manipulated or deceived, which can damage relationships and lead to isolation. Authenticity is key to fostering deep, meaningful connections with others. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, said, "Be yourself, don't pretend to be something you're not." This powerful statement underscores the Stoic value of authenticity. Stoicism teaches us that integrity is central to our interactions with others. We are encouraged to align our thoughts, words, and actions so that we act in accordance with our true selves, not some fabricated version we present to the world. When we are genuine, we build trust and respect, which are essential to strong, lasting relationships. To avoid being disingenuous, focus on being true to yourself in every situation. Avoid the temptation to present a false version of yourself to impress others or gain approval. Build relationships based on honesty and transparency, where you show up as your authentic self, flaws and all. By doing so, you'll not only attract more genuine connections, but also experience greater fulfillment in your interactions. When you focus only on your own needs and desires, it can make others feel neglected or unimportant. Relationships are a two-way street, and when you fail to consider or prioritize the needs of others, it can create a sense of imbalance and lead to resentment. People want to feel valued, and when they consistently feel overlooked or ignored, they may begin to distance themselves from you. Neglecting others' needs doesn't just harm relationships, it prevents you from fostering deep, meaningful connections. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, famously said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This simple yet profound insight teaches the importance of listening over talking. Stoicism values empathy and encourages us to put ourselves in others' shoes, recognizing that we are all interconnected and that our actions have an impact on those around us. By being more mindful of others' needs, we demonstrate respect and compassion, building stronger bonds. To improve your relationships, make an effort to be attentive to the needs of others. Take time to show that you care, whether it's through a thoughtful gesture, a kind word, or simply offering your support. Practice active listening by fully engaging in conversations and offering help when appropriate. This will not only show that you value others, but will also strengthen your relationships and create a more harmonious environment. Constant negativity can drain the energy of those around you. People generally avoid those who only focus on the bad aspects of life, as this kind of mindset can be overwhelming and disheartening. When you're consistently pessimistic or fixated on what's wrong, others may feel weighed down by your energy. Over time, this negativity can alienate you from friends, family, and co-workers, leaving you isolated and disconnected. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been." This insight teaches us that we have control over our reactions to challenges and negative experiences. Stoicism encourages us to reframe difficulties not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. Instead of focusing on the bad, we can choose to view every challenge as a chance to learn, adapt, and become stronger. By adopting this mindset, we can shift our focus from what's wrong to what's possible, creating a more positive outlook on life. To break free from constant negativity, practice positive thinking by consciously focusing on the good aspects of any situation. This doesn't mean ignoring difficulties, but rather seeing them as opportunities for improvement and growth. Reframe challenges as ways to build resilience, develop new skills, and enhance your character. By making this shift, you'll not only improve your own mindset, but also create a more uplifting environment for those around you. Inconsistent behavior creates confusion and mistrust in relationships. When people can't predict how you'll behave, it makes them uneasy. One moment you may be warm and understanding, and the next, cold and distant. This unpredictability can leave others feeling uncertain about where they stand with you, which weakens the foundation of trust and connection. Over time, people may begin to withdraw or stop relying on you because they never know what to expect. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This highlights one of the core principles of Stoicism, self-mastery. Stoicism teaches that to be truly free and secure in our lives, we must develop control over our emotions, thoughts, and actions. Consistency in behavior is a natural byproduct of mastering oneself. When we are clear about our values and principles, our actions align with them, creating a sense of reliability and trustworthiness in our relationships. To foster consistency, work on aligning your actions with your values. This means reflecting regularly on your principles and ensuring that your decisions and behavior are guided by them rather than being swayed by momentary emotions or external pressures. Developing consistency helps build trust with others, as they will know they can rely on you to behave in a predictable and principled manner. By mastering yourself, you will create stronger, more stable relationships. Failing to set clear boundaries can lead to burnout and resentment from both you and others. When you constantly say yes to others at the expense of your own well-being, it can quickly deplete your energy and create feelings of frustration. Not only do you become overwhelmed, but others may also begin to take advantage of your inability to say no. This imbalance can breed resentment, as it's difficult to maintain healthy relationships when your needs and limits are ignored. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This wisdom highlights the importance of maintaining control over our reactions, including how we manage our time, energy, and relationships. Stoicism encourages us to protect our well-being by setting healthy boundaries and taking responsibility for how we choose to engage with others. When we learn to set limits, we ensure that we're not sacrificing our own needs for the sake of others, allowing us to remain grounded and focused. To implement this in your life, start by setting and enforcing boundaries that align with your values and priorities. Know when to say no without feeling guilty. This isn't about being selfish. It's about taking care of yourself so that you can show up as your best self for others. By establishing clear boundaries, you protect your energy and create more balanced, respectful relationships.